Recent successes of South African bred and owned horses have helped cement South Africa's place on the global racing map, and the forthcoming sale presents an opportunity to get into the sport of kings.
Well, there's two angles. There's the investment point, which is a word you used, and there's the fun aspect. I mean, horse racing, to get involved, is a great adrenaline rush. It's a fantastic hobby. But the one thing that sets it apart is the hobby you can actually make money out of, if you get lucky. Obviously, I stress if you get lucky. But there are people who've made good money out of it. And I think getting involved in South Africa in particular offers great value internationally. I mean, our yearling sales average around $40,000 US. When you compare that to Australia, where it's $170,000 US, you can see there's great value in getting involved here. And when we get a good one here, he can compete with anybody in the world.
Jehan Malherbe's reputation precedes him. He is one of the foremost buyers in the racing industry, and he's seen fairy tales come true through horse ownership.
Well, there are a few. I mean, right now we've got JJ the jet plane. He cost 70,000, I think it was, at the sales, and he's already won over 10 million and still going. He's running in Dubai in a couple of weeks' time in a huge race, racing for millions of dollars, and he's a lively contender. Jetmaster was another story. He cost 17,000 rand. He earned, I think, 3 million odd rand, and then was syndicated for stud. And they recently turned down 65 million rand as an offer from overseas to purchase him. So JPEG's another, I think it was 140,000 rand purchase, and he earned, I think, 40 million rand, and then got syndicated for stud for another 5 or 6 million rand. So there's certainly some rags to riches tales out there.
April 15th, 2011 will mark the start of the national yearling sales on the back of the inaugural Cape Yearling sales. We wanted to know what this year's offering will be.
We breed about 2,500 horses a year in South Africa, and only 600 are eligible for our national sale, which is our premier sale. And these 600 are pre-selected. We have a team who go around and inspect them physically, that they're the right type of horse that we want. They don't have bad legs or serious flaws. And then, of course, they're also screened by a panel as regards their pedigree. So really, they're the 600 better quality horses that are bred each year in South Africa. So the best chance of finding a top horse is to look where the better quality yearlings are. I think that from a buying perspective, it will be a great sale. I think the sale personally might just be down. We had a new sale in Cape Town, which took some money out of the market. I don't see a lot of foreign international buyers flooding over. We always have our regulars who come, but I'm not sure they're going to be a host of new ones. So I think this might just be a buyer's market. I'm thinking the sale will be lucky to hold as last year's figures. It might even be slightly down. Last year, I think it averaged in US dollars, 340,000 rand was the average price. The top price was 4 million, but that was an exception. That's really not something we should look at as the norm. The average is a better guide, 340,000. I think we're lucky to hold that this year.
South Africa has the ability to not only compete, but also bring training expertise to premier Group 1 races in Dubai and Hong Kong, which also brings attention from international buyers.
Well, at the national sales, there are always a few people who go out and buy yearlings or foals from other countries. I think we've got 7 Australian bred horses on this year's national sale. We've got 4 from Argentina. Obviously, we can only use Southern Hemisphere horses. Northern Hemisphere horses are out of sync, where they were born at the wrong time of the year. So we have to deal with the Southern Hemisphere. The vast majority all born and bred in South Africa. And then there are 3 or 4 that have come in with imported mares. The mares came in foal to foreign stallions. They're born and raised here, but technically they've got foreign pedigrees. But the vast majority are all South African breds. They're always foreign buyers. Quite a few don't attend, but they buy. For instance, the royal family of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Maktoum and Sheikh Hamdan Maktoum, have been buying here for the last few years in quite substantial amounts. They personally haven't attended the sale, but they have agents who are out there buying for them. And the spend from overseas is quite big. I think it's around a third of what gets turned over, and that's close on 200 million. So foreign buyers make a big part of our sale.
Horses like Jetmaster, JJ the jet plane and Pierre Jordan were bought for a bargain and have brought owners handsome returns.
I think if you're a first-time buyer, you need professional help. And obviously, I'm not trying to sell myself here, but there are a lot of agents out there, and a lot of good trainers who can guide you. To just go to the sale and pick a horse without having it vetted, without having it checked out, can be a big mistake and a costly error. So get some professional help. That would be my advice.
So if you want the pride and glory of the racing prestige, the National Yearling Sales might just be the place to look.